Hello, I'm Trace.
And I'm Sam.
And we're too old for this shit. And this is, from our perspective, the 33rd episode of this dumb, stupid podcast that you all listen to. Oh, dude, I totally forgot to tell you. I know we're already international and everything, but we have our first non-English speaking country that downloaded us.
What is it?
Germany.
Germany! Woo!
Hallo, meine Pferd ist kaputt.
And now we're going to do this whole episode in German just for them.
Ja?
Hilf mir.
I took 2 years of German. Don't
Bitte.
remember. Don't remember much.
Ein Polizist.
What does that mean?
A policeman.
Oh. But yeah, I thought that was interesting.
That is interesting.
So yeah.
How about that? Germany and Michigan.
How about that? But I think I have a couple of things to talk about. First of all, I went and saw the new the new movie It.
The chapter 2.
Chapter 2. Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
That's it. It did a weird thing. So I didn't finish the book. I've read part of it. But I watched the old TV special that came out in the 80s, I think. And I also I watched that, and they do the same thing. So it is a movie.
Yes.
It is a book.
You are knocking it out of the park right now.
It is a book. It is a book.
What? Stop.
That it's about. This is hard.
Why is this hard?
Because when a book is just called It, and you're trying to describe that book or that movie, you say it.
Who's on first?
So it's a book about
which book?
It. What?
What do you mean? I'm sorry.
It is it.
It
is capital I is the title of the book is It. It is a book about a group of children who are terrorized by a clown.
Mm-hmm.
And the clown is basically.
I thought you were going to say a baby.
A baby. No, the clown in its basic form is a giant space spider.
What? Yeah. It's so much less scary.
Well, no, here's the thing. No, it's not. That's not what it actually is. It's described. The creature is apparently it comes from the world between worlds, and the human mind can't. Let me just go ahead and preface this, because this is a very weird book, and the movies tame it down some. Stephen King wrote this on copious amounts of cocaine. Okay. He was on so many drugs. So there's a lot that doesn't make sense, and there's some weird shit. Okay, anyway. The creature comes from the world between worlds, similar to monsters as Cthulhu.
Yeah, so...
but
he just kind of scares kids?
But here's the thing. The human mind can't conceive what it actually is, so the closest thing that we can conceive is a giant
clown.
is a giant alien spider. But apparently it can shapeshift, because it eats people, specifically children, because they're easier to scare, and it likes the taste of fear more. So because it can scare people and then eat them, it turns into the scariest thing imaginable, which is a clown or Tim Curry, either or.
And the worst possible thing, Tim Curry as a clown.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think it would matter who, no matter what age, if a giant space spider came up to you, anybody is going to be horrified.
Yeah, if a spider... This spider
I'm
is like...
I'm a grown-up. I'm not scared of giant demon spiders.
Well, this spider is supposed to be... It seems... I don't know. I never... Like I said, I didn't finish the book. But in both of the movies... Huh?
Is it like a plushie?
Yeah, it's a little... No, this thing is like...
Oh, I have to turn into a clown.
In both of the movies, it's like a 30-foot tall spider creature. And basically what I'm getting at is I totally agree with you. But it doesn't even have to be a giant spider. If the spider is just, say, 5 feet in diameter... It doesn't have to be like...
Just a normal spider on me. That's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
And I'm terrified.
But the original TV movie is awful. It is god-awful. It's... Well, I was about to say it's like 6 hours long. Because it was made for TV and they kind of split it up a little bit more. But there's...
So it's like a mini-series?
Kind of, I think. But the first one, and it's the 80s, so the effects are god awful. And especially since it was made for TV.
That doesn't mean anything.
But the first half is about the children. And the second half is 27 years later when Pennywise wakes back up and starts eating people again. And in the book, it jumps around a lot more. It starts off with them as adults, and then it jumps back.
Because he was on cocaine.
Yeah, well, no, that's because...
He's like, I'm bored of this. I'm moving on.
Well, now, the biggest part in the book that makes you, like... That really pushes home the, like, rapid... or the copious cocaine use...
Is that part where Stephen King's snorting coke in the book?
No, it's the part where there's a giant space turtle that carries the universe on its back. That's the part. And there's also an orgy.
What?
Yeah. You didn't know about this?
Was this Fred in book? Like, I thought this was like his school thing. Was this not?
What?
I don't know. I don't know. Did kids read this in school?
No. Maybe. Not like... They weren't, like, forced to.
Yeah, they're like, read this orgy book.
Yeah, you know these 14-year-old... 12 to 14-year-old children...
Now, we read The Giver last year.
and here's the thing.
I was mistaken.
The group of children, they're called the Losers Club. The losers, the orgy is not when they're adults.
Hold on.
Yeah.
The Losers Club just like goes to town on itself?
Yeah.
Why
as children,
the Losers Club, then?
Because they're all losers. They're all outcasts and bullies.
It's probably because they have orgies with each other.
Well, they don't do that until like after they
a bunch of coke.
After they just do a bunch of cocaine. But regardless, the first.
Okay, did they have the orgy after they saw the giant space spider?
No, they saw the giant space spider when they were adults.
During the orgy?
Yes. No. It's a very confusing book.
That would be a very confusing sexual experience.
Yeah. You're all high on cocaine. You're all
you're in an orgy. And then there's a giant space spider.
Well, and you're also all 12 to 14 years old. A lot of people were confused on why that was left out of the newest two movies.
Oh, you see, I'm not confused at all why that was left out.
But okay, regardless, the first movie came out. The first movie came out a couple of years ago, and it was actually pretty good. They tried to make it a little bit more coherent and make it not seem like it was written by a man who was on copious amounts of brain-altering drugs.
I bet that kid from Stranger Things is glad that the orgy scene wasn't in it.
Dude, he probably wanted it.
He's like, he fought tooth and nail.
Dude,
he's like, come on.
He's the best character in the original, or in the first one. And then Bill Hader plays him in the... Dude, James McAvoy was in this movie. Professor X.
Really?
Yeah, he's supposed to be the protagonist. But...
What do you mean supposed to be?
Well, because in the first movie his character is, and then in this one they pass it off to Bill Hader. Or they give Bill Hader more.
Okay.
So, I mean... It, like, changes perspective. I don't know.
Is Bill Hader supposed to be the kid from Stranger Things?
Yes. He is the best character. Richie is the best character in the first one and is the best character in the second one. Because he's like a goofball.
Okay.
And
no
Bill
orgies
Hader...
in the second one, right?
No, sadly. There's some kissing. I guess that gets close. And then there's a naked witch lady.
Still a sin.
So
hold on, wait.
It would take too long to explain. So the clown...
Did she have an orgy?
No. The clown Pennywise is like the creature's main form.
Because
clowns. Yeah, but
he goes for the general fear factor,
and then
he'll get more specific.
He'll focus in on other things, like in the original movie, Richie, like in the 80s version, the TV movie, Richie sees a werewolf, and his whole thing is he's kind of like the geeky comic relief guy. So like he would have seen like a werewolf movie and then been scared, and then that is what they focus in on. There's also like a germaphobe kid who may or may not be a victim of Munchausen syndrome, who sees a leper. So it focuses in on all of these things, and then its main form is the vague clown thing, because that is also terrifying.
So can he like read your mind, or is he just like guessing?
He's just a really
like, how
good
about
guesser.
this one? Does this scare you?
Is this like...
Is this your card?
They're basically... No, I guess there's like some mind reading involved.
Terrifying.
I don't know. I'm not entirely sure.
A mind reading demon clown
from a different
between
dimension.
The stars.
Yeah, basically. That is also a giant spider.
Yes.
But yeah.
Okay.
It was a
Do you recommend the movie?
If you liked the first one, I would definitely say see the second one. Is it as good? I would say no.
Okay.
So take that as you will. If you are expecting a better movie, then don't. Just don't. But there are definitely standout moments, and I enjoyed it. It is long. It is a fucking long movie. It's 3 hours. Anyway, it's your week.
God. It's like the Lord of the Rings.
It's like Endgame, but not as exciting.
Yes, it is my week.
Yep.
And today, we're talking about something that I don't know very much about.
What's that?
Cooking.
Ooh, meth?
No.
Oh, damn.
Just like food, like, like normal cooking.
Yeah. Okay.
I know that's a lot less exciting, but
yeah,
I don't think you're allowed to like make a podcast where you tell people how to cook meth.
Well, I think people learned how to cook meth by watching Breaking Bad.
I learned it from watching you, okay?
Classic commercial. We've been talking about coke and meth pretty much for the past 15 minutes, and we're going to start doing drug PSAs.
And orgies.
Yep.
Okay, so we're just going to start off with the most common mistakes beginners make when they are cooking.
They don't mix up any of the ingredients.
Mistakes that I would make.
So, basically, what the aim of this episode is to teach you how to properly cook.
I mean, a lot of these episodes have been to teach me how to do something that I'm not capable of.
Yeah. Okay, if we want to tie this back to last episode, which is something we don't do often, we've gotten you a date, Sam, and now you're going to impress her with did you say now I've got to cook it? Like you're about to kill and eat your date? For all
No.
the for all the Ed Geins and Ted or not Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmers out there.
Great. Now we've
Uh,
got cannibalism in the show. We
great,
talked about drugs, orgies, and cannibalism.
great. This
Let's
is
talk about cooking.
okay.
Number one,
Yes.
over seasoning.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so they...
Explain, please.
Now, okay, I'm going to say something. I need to preface this. The person they're going to be quoting is named Jonathan Law, and it's not... So when I say
Johnny Law.
said... So not that... So when I say law said, it doesn't mean the law of the United States of America says.
Law says.
Law says...
Law says
He,
it is illegal.
Used to use a dozen spices to season his dishes, but it only confused his palate.
I can see that.
Dish should have at most 3 to 4 different primary flavors, coupled with some aromatics. Okay, so don't just like take all the shit out of your cabinet.
Yeah, don't look at
pan.
your cabinets and say I like this, and this, and this.
I like cinnamon and garlic.
Oh, that would just be nasty.
I like both those flavors independent of each other. They should be great together.
I mean, here's the thing. It doesn't take a lot to impress me when it comes to cooking. Well, just in general. I have very low standards for most things.
I don't know. I'm kind of picky, but
You're definitely, well, it's weird.
I'm not so picky about quality. I'm more picky about the particular thing. Like I don't eat a lot of different types of food.
Yeah, that's the difference. Is I'll eat more things, like a variety. There's a couple of things that you really like mayo, that I just utterly hate with my heart and soul. Anyway.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you have to live in a world where you hate mayo.
What about mayo chup? What about ketchup mayo? Are you a fan of...
I basically make that on my own when I make a burger.
So you would say that you're a fan of prepackaged mayo chup?
I don't know if I'm a fan of prepackaged, because that sounds kind of weird.
What about Heinz Ranch Up? Ranch ketchup mix.
Now we're going a little too far.
I think they did another one, like ketchup and barbecue sauce, which is basically the same.
Let me decide to mix it.
It's like those jars of peanut butter and jelly.
Exactly. It's like, maybe I don't want peanut butter and jelly right now. Maybe I just want a peanut butter sandwich, or want to put jelly on my toast.
Maybe it's a ratio thing, because it's like 50-50. I prefer more peanut butter on a sandwich than jelly. So
I prefer more jelly.
So what am I gonna have to do? Like scrape out just the peanut butter, and then
you're gonna have to like.
Then eventually I'm just left with like a fourth of a jar of jelly.
You're gonna have to surgically remove the peanut butter from the jar.
Scalpel.
And be sure not to over-season that peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I'm gonna put a little bit of garlic on it.
A little bit of oregano. A little thyme.
Onion powder.
Oh, God. Number 2, underheating the pan.
See, I think I typically have a problem with overheating the pan. Because I'm like, this is taking way too long.
You're like, I gotta cook this. Right?
So I'll turn it on like high, and then throw it on, and I'm like, this is cooking way too fast. And I'll have to.
Yeah.
It always, if I'm like I think for Mother's Day, my sister wanted to make my mom breakfast, and she is mere a child, so I had to help her. And this is always the case with me. We made pancakes, and it's not just for pancakes, it's for a lot of things. But the pancakes, the first like 2 were just god awful.
Yeah, the first one is always bad for pancakes. You just throw it out.
Yeah, or you don't serve it to someone else. You're like, I'll eat that.
I'll eat that, I guess. I don't know.
So yeah, and that's with a lot of things. Like, I think at one time I made like chicken parmesan in the first like chicken tender thing that I was making, was just god awful.
It was cooked though, right?
Yeah, it was. It's always just that it's like burnt because I have the thing on too high.
That's what always worries me if I'm like cooking like something that has to be cooked.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you cook like, I don't know an example, but like if you cook chicken and you don't cook it right, you could like get very ill.
Oh, trust me, Sam. There are people out there who say that they prefer their chicken medium rare.
Those people.
That is a thing, Sam. Now I want you to believe me when I tell you that there are sick people out there, sick of the mind, not of the body yet. That really think that they should eat medium rare. It makes me sick thinking about
That's
someone
gross.
doing that.
I don't want to think about that anymore. So we'll move on to number 3.
Okay.
Constantly stirring food with a spatula or a spoon.
Yeah, I can see that because you're afraid that you'll burn something.
Or you just like to be doing something, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I know if I'm playing a game and like something can be clicked, I'll click it. Like if you're like walking in a game and you can jump and you kind of just passively do it.
Well, here's the thing. It's like, oh yeah, definitely, and it doesn't speed you up.
You just do it because you want to push a button.
That's how I've been playing World of Warcraft.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, it's because you don't want to walk away from it. Like you don't want to walk away from the food because it might burn.
Yeah,
so
you're not confident in your abilities to know.
Well,
At least I'm not.
You can't, like, it's just like you walk away and something could happen. Or you walk away and you don't realize how long you've been gone. But if you're standing there, time slows down to an abnormal amount because you're just sitting there watching it. And you're like...
It's like watching paint dry.
Basically, you feel like you've been standing there forever. And, you're supposed to be cooking, so you occupy your brain with that type of thing. You think that you make yourself feel like you're cooking still.
Yeah. Number 4. Not using an oven thermometer for baked goods.
What is an oven thermometer?
I thought there was one on the oven.
I thought so too.
You put in the thing, and then when it beeps, it's like, now it's the temperature. Now it's preheated.
Here it is. This is what you asked for, you dumb idiot.
Why can't I just throw like a medical thermometer in there?
Yeah. Why does it have to be a specific thermometer?
Will it will it like catch on fire or something?
Why can't I just take the thermometer out of my pool?
Yeah. And
then stick it in there. Stick it into my baked goods.
That'd be fine. Right?
They'd have chlorine in them. It's
extra seasoning.
You would like say you're baking cookies, you put the pool thermometer in the middle of the cookie, so there's like one good bite, and then the second bite is just like
pool water.
There's just a hint of chlorine.
That's what I like.
That's what I prefer in a baked good.
I just imagine somebody eating the brownie and they're like, I really like this. There's the chocolate tastes really good. And that touch of chlorine
makes me reminisce to when I was a kid and I would jump into the pool, but my mouth would be open.
And I had to spit it out.
No, when you're a kid, you accidentally swallow large amounts of pool water because you don't know better. At least I did, and maybe that's why I'm the way I am.
I tried not to swallow pool water because it tastes gross.
I mean, you get used to the flavor.
Get used to the taste of chlorine. It's an acquired taste.
Here's the thing, chlorine.
Don't you dare try to convince me that pool water tastes good.
No, well, eventually, no. Like it's not good. But what I'm gonna say is, you do get used to it, so it's easier to accidentally drink it. But it's so weird. The distinct smell of a pool can just like send you into 1,000 different flashbacks. And anytime you just get a whiff of chlorine, It just unlocks
Yeah.
that part of your brain. Anyway, let's talk about cooking.
Yeah, let's talk about cooking. Number 5, and I'm just going to read this uninterrupted. I'm not going to stop.
Okay.
Adding too much liquid to a braise. Quote, I've seen some people add enough water or wine to a braise that the meat is nearly completely submerged, Law writes. No, don't do that. There's a difference between boiling and braising.
Does it actually, like, get that aggressive?
The first no is in all caps and has an exclamation point.
Jesus.
The don't do that has an exclamation point. And there's a difference between boiling and braising has an exclamation point.
Jesus Christ.
So it'd be like, no, don't do that.
No.
There's a difference between boiling and braising.
That's terrifying. I don't want to be yelled at by this article.
It's like Gordon Ramsay.
I don't really know what braising is, so
I don't know what braising is.
Can't give him.
I would probably boil it.
Yeah, I can't give my 2 cents.
Substituting baking ingredients because they taste similar.
Okay.
Make sure you know the chemical properties of the item you're using before doing this, like chlorine.
Yeah.
Law says. Otherwise, the consistency of your dish could be totally off.
That's I've seen that. But, I mean, because there are times when,
though?
huh?
What does that mean though? You're making a cake and you're like, what? What's the comparison? Like,
so some people are vegan, so a vegan cake wouldn't have eggs. I mean, I don't know what would taste similar to eggs, but you know, you put in something else instead of something that would give that batter the same consistency. Or
It's
like
not.
people are lactose intolerant, so they wouldn't be able to eat butter, but they'll use, like, I don't know, spray butter, or I can't believe it's not. I mean, I would imagine that. I don't know.
Margarine.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know. I think that would be fine.
I mean, if
I don't know what this means. Is it like, oh, chocolate tastes like nothing because chocolate tastes like chocolate?
well, you don't typically. Chocolate isn't a very common cooking ingredient, Sam.
What are you talking about? This is
never
baking
mind.
ingredients.
Never mind. Continue.
Are you telling me you don't bake with chocolate very much? I mean, I don't because I don't bake.
Well,
But
it's like putting a Hershey's.
other people.
It's like putting a piece of Hershey's into a cookie.
That sounds amazing.
But you use baking chocolates for baking for.
Fuck that.
Shut up. Fuck you.
Adding too much starch to thicken sauces. You see, this is apparently for beginners above my grade because I don't know what any of this means.
I mean, if you're making a sauce, you would use starch to thicken it, but you don't want to make it too thick.
What, like a potato? Those are
Basic-
starchy.
Yeah, you would just throw in you're making a barbecue sauce, and you're like,
barbecue sauce.
you look at
Just
it,
throw a potato in
you
there.
look at
It's a
it, and
little
you say,
too
"This is a
thin.
little liquidy. What should I do?
A potato.
Add starch." You look around, you don't have any starch. Wait, potatoes are starches, says Sam.
No, you run over to your ironing board. And you're like, here's some starch.
Oh my god. You run out to your pool and grab chlorine.
You pour it in. And you're like, now it's thinner. What is happening?
Yeah, use starch to thicken, use chlorine to thin. What's the
I like
next
that
one?
rule. That's the end of that list. But
Oh.
I have another one for most common mistakes home cooks make. So this, I guess, would go up a little.
Well, I feel
But
like
the
if you're a
first one
home
is-
I feel like the first one was more professional. This one is specifically.
This one, the first one is not using a sharp knife. So I think this is more back down to my level.
Yeah. Okay,
'Cause
so
I'd just grab like a knife and I wouldn't think about how sharp it is.
you're like trying to cut. You're trying to
I'm
section
using like
up
a butter
some.
knife.
You're trying to section up some steak, and you're using a butter knife.
plastic knife. Those kid
It'll
ones.
it'll work, but it will destroy your meal.
Yep. Mistake number 2. Using old dried herbs rather than fresh herbs.
Aren't herbs supposed to be dry?
You know, I don't know.
This is above my pay grade.
Well, here's the next one. Number 3. Using old dried herbs, period. Why is this a separate one?
See, this is the problem we continuously run into.
I hate these fucking lists.
This is a common problem that we constantly run into when we have these specific episodes where we're trying to teach people something. They can be condensed so much.
They love their redundancies.
They really do. It's like I thought the big thing with websites is once you get the click, it doesn't matter. So why drag it out? Just get it to the fucking point.
Well, they got to get it to that. Was this a 10 list?
Most of them aren't.
What the?
See, most of them aren't.
Why?
Here's
10 mistakes that home cooks make.
You know the
so
ones
much better than 8.
You know the ones that I hate the most are the 11 lists where they're like where there are like 10 good ones.
Last one's like
last one is
fun,
have fun,
and you're like,
and I'm
why
like,
is it there?
I say BuzzFeed, you specifically need to shut up. Okay, continue.
Number 4, only adding seasoning at the end of time. Apparently,
yeah, you're
end of your life.
You're dying.
End of what?
You're dying at the end of the cooking process. So
Yeah,
instead of you're dying. You're on your deathbed.
I just gotta
season these
this sauce.
mashed potatoes, and you pull out these old mashed potatoes that you've had since you were probably 20.
Yeah.
That have been sitting for 60 years ish. That are.
I'm glad you think I'll make it to 80.
Well, I wasn't talking about you specifically. I was just kind of talking about, like, if it were you, I would have said when you made these potatoes when you're 22 and you're on your deathbed and these potatoes have been sitting out for, like, 3 years.
Well, let's hope I make it longer than that. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, make sure you season your fucking potatoes, everyone.
Number 5, relying on prepared food. That's my whole MO.
Yeah,
that's how I cook. I take a frozen food meal out.
Like,
put it in a heating device. And I use it.
I just want to kind of, I guess, I don't mean this to be offensive to you. I just want to illuminate this whole aspect of your cooking ability. One of the last times I went over to Sam's house, we were...
Are you talking about the hot dogs?
We were playing games.
I know how to cook a hot dog.
And
that's a good way to make it.
And he said, "Are you hungry?" And I, of course, said yes. I hadn't eaten in a while. He says, "Do you want chili dogs?" Yes. This is what that meal consisted of. It consisted of a can of chili that he heated up, microwaved hot dogs, and some shredded cheese. Now,
hold on.
No, I'm not. Look, listen. Remember when about 2 minutes ago I said I'm not trying to offend you. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying that is your MO. Your MO is I'm literally just going to heat up something that could probably survive a nuclear blast.
Hey, if I'm made of the stuff that can survive a nuclear blast, I can.
If you eat enough of it,
you are what you eat, right?
If you eat enough of it, you will be filled with enough preservatives to be preserved for the rest of time.
I can be preserved for all eternity.
You'll be like Vladimir Lenin, where you will be preserved in a glass case for years after your death.
Exactly.
That's how Sam's gonna look young forever. He's gonna be like 60, and he's still gonna look. I mean, you already look 40. So.
Yeah, so I'll just stay there.
Yeah, you'll just keep looking 40. Anyway, what's the next one?
Number 6, overcooking meat and not allowing it to rest. You keep waking it up.
I hate you. So, wait. How do you let meat rest?
You put it in a little bed.
I hate you.
You
Stop.
take a little blanket, you put it over it,
Stop it.
and you read a bedtime story. You go, once upon a time,
Once upon a time,
there was a little
there was
cold
a
cut.
there was a little hamburger patty, and I cooked you way too long, and I didn't let you sleep, and then you scream
and then
at
you
it.
punch it.
I don't know what. Like, are you letting it?
So let me read.
You. Okay, yeah, read it before I confuse myself.
So many people take their chicken out to the grill and cook it until it's a charred mess. Buy a good meat thermometer and know what temperature to cook your chicken, steaks, chops, etc. And always let your meat rest for at least 10 minutes after it's done cooking. Isn't it going to be fucking cold then?
That was the big thing. I thought it was just going to be like, don't overcook your fucking meat.
So cook your food and then let it sit out.
Let it get to
nasty
room,
and cold.
let it get to room
flies
temperature.
in, let them land on it.
Make sure that your nice hot steak gets to room temperature. And then it's an unenjoyable nightmare. That is god awful. I will never do that. I don't care if it's the proper etiquette or what. When it's ready, I'm gonna eat it.
I'm just gonna chow down. Number 7. Not following the recipe exactly, especially when baking.
I mean, I feel like if you know what you're doing...
I follow the instructions on the side of the can very closely.
Very closely. So Sam's very good at cooking chili.
It's usually open, put in bowl, heat until warm.
Yeah, those cans always put, like, an unreasonable... Or not an unreasonable... An unreasonably short amount of time.
Hold on. I just remembered something. I hope he doesn't mind me sharing this. My brother...
He doesn't even listen. Continue.
My brother almost caught our microwave on fire.
Wait, what?
He almost caught our microwave on fire.
When?
It was like maybe a week ago.
Oh, that's funny.
So he was going to cook ramen, and he put it in the bowl. He
He
didn't put
left.
water in.
Oh!
And he heated it up, and it burst into flames.
Yeah, that is something that you have to do. I am a little scared on why ramen will
Burst into flames.
will so easily catch fire.
Well, it's so dry, right?
I guess.
And it smelled so bad.
I bet.
Like, you know the smell of burnt hair? It was worse than that.
Oh, that's horrible. That's god awful. That's funny though.
But yeah, Lee did not follow the recipe.
He did not. He didn't put any water.
He didn't put water.
I just, like, I'm always baffled because one of my cousins did the exact same thing. Where they caught the microwave on fire because they didn't put water in their ramen. I'm just like, that is literally the most important part of the process. It's a soup. You're basically making a soup. So, of all the things, how do you forget the liquid base? I mean, it's whatever.
Now, here's the thing that annoys me the most. Number 8.
Yeah.
This is so specific. Using room temperature ingredients when making pie crust.
Like, Sam, what do you mean? Don't you make pie crust on the regular?
I know a lot of people make pies daily. I don't really do it. I know that's not I know that's a little taboo. But
You're not the type to make a pie and sit it on the windowsill to cool, and
so
then
that a lovable scamp can come by and feel it.
And then the smell lines will very very human like go directly towards someone, go up their nose, and then they will float to the window and take your pie.
Yep.
I mean, I'm surprised you don't do that daily.
I don't.
I have problems. And here's the worst part. now that I'm in my dorm, when I put the pie on my windowsill, the people float up to the third window, but as soon as they grab the pie, the smell lines go away, so they fall
They
3
fall
stories.
to their death, and they break their legs.
They break their legs, and then I have to walk down and get the pie and bring it back
the pie,
up. There's just
say,
a pile
"Don't
of
you
bodies.
try that again."
There's a pile of bodies right outside my window.
Well,
Because it happens all the time.
why
I'm
are you
sorry.
making so many pies, man? Well, then you know not to use
Yeah.
room
I'm not a
temperature
fucking
ingredients.
idiot. Anyway,
All right,
that is very
so
specific.
I've got another thing.
Okay.
These are 15 easy recipes for
Recipes.
beginners. Now that we know the things we're doing wrong, like
These are
I'm
some
using
recipes.
a spoon instead of a knife to cut my whatever. now I can get to work.
Okay.
Easy pasta recipes for beginners.
Okay. I feel like these are going to be very similar. Like, is this making the actual pasta noodles or like the pasta, like the whole shebang, the
there's
whole
a
ravioli?
link to the. Let me hit this link. Let me just hit this link.
Let me hit this sweet link.
Well, it's taken a while.
How dare it?
Okay, so this is. I don't know what this is. Okay, hold on. It looks like it's making noodles, so that does not seem like a beginner thing.
Yeah, that's very, to my knowledge, that is a very non-beginner task. It is very advanced. Excuse me.
Where's toast?
That, I don't think that needs a recipe.
Where's like popcorn?
Again, there is typically a button for that. So
I have about the skill of Charlie Brown.
is that a specific level? I'm confused.
Yeah, because when he makes, well, I guess it's Snoopy who makes the Thanksgiving dinner, but he makes toast and popcorn, and I think he has jelly beans.
A meal for champions. Sometimes I don't know what it is about toast, but toast is like, sometimes it's just like the thing I crave.
You crave toast?
It's so good. Like, bread is delicious.
Bread is good. I agree.
Now just imagine
Screw these recipes.
crunchy warm bread.
Crunchy warm bread. That's toast.
Oh, beautiful. Some jam,
Beautiful.
some butter.
But yeah. So don't make these mistakes, people.
Don't make me these mistakes, and don't try to look for recipes because you won't find them.
You're not going to understand them because, I don't know. I couldn't.
Yeah, if you're above our level, then this is an episode that you didn't have to listen to. You're like, of course, don't use room temperature ingredients when making a pie crust.
Well, trace. These are mistakes that anybody could slip up and like, oh, I forgot to sharpen my knife.
I forgot to not have warm pie crust ingredients, cold pie crust ingredients. Did it explain?
It says, I'll read it. Number 8, using room temperature ingredients when making a pie crust. In order to make super flaky, buttery pie crust without needing... My mouth started watering.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Without needing to add...
That pie crust description made me come... Oh yeah.
In order to make super flaky, buttery pie crust...
Stop reading it, dude.
Without needing to add shortening or lard, make sure... Hold on. What the fuck does that do? Can I use room temperature ingredients if I use
shortening or lard? I guess so.
Make sure that your butter and water are very cold.
Okay.
See, I was thinking, let's heat this bad boy up. See, that's why you need to... Okay, note to everyone. Read your articles.
Make sure you read them through.
Don't just read the headlines like I do.
Don't just read the subpoints. Oh,
Because
that's
see, what I
beautiful.
would have done is I'd have gotten my butter, stuck it in a microwave, and it would have melted.
And you would have had melted pie crust.
And then I'd say, I guess I'm not making a pie.
I guess I'm,
I guess I'm gonna pop some popcorn and put this
I guess
on
I'm
it.
gonna have. I guess I'm gonna have a water butter egg combo.
I like to cube my butter and then stick it in the freezer for 15 minutes before mixing it into my flour.
Oh, is that what
I
you do, Sam?
recommend putting ice cubes in your cup of water. Measure out your water after it's chilled, as the ice may melt.
Why couldn't you just put it in the refrigerator?
Don't you cook a pie?
I guess. Well, I mean, I don't know
What does
how.
this help?
I don't know.
I'm so
don't know.
confused.
I don't know, Sam. I'm scared. Pie crust scares me. If I were experiencing Pennywise, he would, instead of being a clown, he would be a pie crust with a room temperature ingredients. It terrifies me, Sam.
That does sound pretty scary.
Anyway.
Anyways,
Oh my god.
that's some mistakes you need to avoid.
That's how to cook. Congratulations, you've learned some
Congratulations,
things,
we
I
taught
guess.
you. We taught you something humans learned like thousands of years ago.
Millions, billions, trillions even.
Gazillions.
As everyone knows, humans have been around since the dawn of time itself, and we knew how to cook back then.
And we lived with dinosaurs.
Yeah.
They were there too.
They were cooking. They were the ones cooking with the room temperature ingredients, and that's why
And
they're
we were
not
like-
here anymore.
and then we were like, no, don't do that.
And we killed them. Anyway. Today in history.
Yes. What happened?
Today is, of course, September the 9th.
Mm-hmm. Dude, we didn't even wish you happy birthday.
Yeah, I just realized that. Did we not talk about it last time?
No. Happy birthday.
4 days ago was my birthday.
Yeah.
When you're listening to this. So congrats, I guess, to me. I'm 19 now. This is the only point in time, like, between the 5th of September to the 1st of October is the closest me and Sam are in age. This is the period where he's not 4 years older, he's 3 years older
I'm
than
just
me.
3.
So in a couple of years he will again, or in a couple of
Like a few weeks.
is the next month's October? January,
Yes!
February, March, April, May, June, July, August,
September, October.
October, November.
November,
Okay.
December.
Yeah. In a couple of weeks.
You don't have time to edit this either.
Oh no. Well, I wasn't going to. I'm not scared to let people know that I'm an idiot. I don't know when months go.
What happened today?
On the yeah, it was my birthday, whatever. On today, 1956, Elvis Presley appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show for the first time. On the website onthisday.com, it has Elvis under a singer and cultural icon, and Ed Sullivan as a TV host. I would say both of those are facts. Another fact that it actually doesn't have on the website, though, is that this was before Elvis was a singer. This was when he was actually a circus performer who specialized in juggling. See, Sam knows about this.
Yeah.
So he went in 1956. Elvis Presley went on the Ed Sullivan Show for the first time and was juggling. It started out as just regular, like, show balls. Then it went to bowling pins. Then it went to flaming sticks. Then chainsaws. Then babies. A lot of people don't
flaming
know.
chainsaw babies.
Babies holding flaming chainsaws.
That sounds awesome. Elvis juggling babies with flaming chainsaw.
Elvis juggling babies, and the babies are also juggling chainsaws.
But they're little, and they like match their
Little.
size.
Yeah,
Or
they're
they're gigantic.
they're big babies.
Chainsaws.
Oh, I was just imagining the no matter what, the chainsaw was proportional to the baby. So when you said they're big, I imagined the chainsaws being regular size and the babies going the proportions of the chainsaw.
I got so many images there, like rapid fire.
It's great.
That's
Okay.
not true.
It is though.
I feel like that's a fun improv game that people should do, where you try to tell a story and then another person just interjects words.
What's your little known fact about this day in this event?
That was actually an Elvis impersonator that went on that show.
Oh, so kind of before he was famous, there were already people impersonating him.
They've always been around. They were hanging out with the dinosaurs.
Those Vegas Elvis impersonators have always been here since the dawn of time.
Yes.
Did you ever see
Vegas?
Did you ever see Boss Baby?
I did not.
Okay, there's like a plot point where they have to go to Vegas and they and Boss Baby.
They had to get juggled by Elvis.
I wish. Boss Baby dresses up as an Elvis impersonator because there's an Elvis impersonator convention.
Why do I feel like you're lying to me right now?
It's actually I
can't tell if you're lying.
No, I'm not. I promise. On everything I love in this world, that is an actual plot point in the DreamWorks hit Boss Baby.
Wow. That's incredible.
It really is. Anyway, tell me what today is.
Oh. Today is September 9th.
Yeah.
And it is.
Oh, okay. I thought you... For a second, you looked like you were starting to type, so I was like, and today is the point where Sam forgot.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
It is National Teddy Bear Day.
Okay. So, the 9th is National Teddy Bear Day. I don't have anything to contribute.
Okay, I'll try a different one. National Grandparents' Day.
Wait,
National... Hold on.
Wait, the 9th?
Let me try again. Yes.
I was told that Grandparents' Day was today. When is that? Wait.
I'm on the 9th, I swear to God.
I called my grandparents.
Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Hold on. I have to get... This is the wrong year. Why the hell did it do this?
What year are you looking at?
Yeah, there goes Grandparents' Day.
What year were you on?
I was on the last year.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Is the 9th...
It's the first Sunday or something. Or the second Sunday or something.
Is the 9th still...
It's still National Teddy Bear Day.
Okay,
so
okay.
All you people who are getting your teddy bears out...
You're still good. All the people who are getting your grandparents out after we told you that,
you
stop.
gotta put them back.
Put them back in their box.
Here, I'll do the one that is the second Monday in September.
Okay.
I'm on top of it day.
Now this is a lot better than National Teddy Bear Day, Sam.
Okay, let me read how to observe it. As a family, on your own. So.
Oh, okay. I was about to say this is gonna sound weird.
Wait, what is the point of making that distinction?
Continue, and I'll see if there is a point.
Identify the challenges you face when it comes to organization. Pick one thing to focus on and get on top of it.
Okay, what is the point of making that distinction?
Who is this cozy person?
Why is this holiday shrouded in mystery?
Hold on.
Why do I feel? Why do I feel like that this is the holiday that no one should speak of?
The Cozy Company is a website and mobile app intended to help families stay organized. They started a holiday?
I guess.
Oh, Cozy, a family organizer and communications company which was started by veterans of Amazon and Microsoft in 2005
Oh,
and
shit.
had 17 million users in 2016, created I'm on Top of It Day to celebrate and reward busy families for being on top of at least one organizational chore that gives them forehead wrinkles. I'm sorry, that was a weird line that I had to read.
This holiday went from being a good one to a bad one.
Well, you could get on top of a lot of things, if you know what I mean.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Like a horse.
A boat.
A car.
You could get on top of a car. Would I recommend it? No. Stop. You're putting listeners in dangerous situations. A volcano.
A tree.
A moving airplane. The sun. Now you could either take that
Another
as
person.
You could either take the sun as the giant flaming gas ball that is in the center of our solar system, or just any
male children.
any sun out there. Yeah, okay. That was that bad holiday. Not bad.
That's
the
bad
name
holiday.
was the best part. It's
Yeah,
bad because
I'm
of the...
confused that a corporation started it.
Yeah, that
Can
is
you
odd.
just start a holiday?
Today, from now on, is National Get Down From There Day. Because every...
No, that's tomorrow.
That is tomorrow. That is tomorrow. Everyone's on top of things.
They need to get off of it.
Get off of it.
National
Okay.
Get Off of It Day. That's the 10th, so remember that.
Remember that as well. Let's just... From now on, instead of reading actual holidays, let's just do what this corporation has done and just create our own.
Let's just make our own holidays.
Okay. Anyway, this has been From Our Perspective. Let's go ahead and wrap this shit up.
Yeah.
It's going nowhere.
Wrap it up like a pie crust. That
Am
didn't
I
make any
right?
sense.
Am I right? That's
Am I
the
right,
new
guys?
saying.
Hey, anybody out there? Hey. Is this thing on? I said wrap it up like a pie crust.
If and when we get our own merchandise, that is the first thing we're putting on it. Wrap it up like a pie crust. Wait, no, let's make it a thing first, and then
I'm trying to remember. I won't.
I won't either. Anyway, this has been episode 33 of From Our Perspective. Thank you all for listening. If you would like to, you could always share it with friends and family, especially people who are looking for podcast recommendations. You could always, tell them where to find it, which would be iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, Podbean, other places that I don't know about. And, leave a review on those places. Tell other people to leave a review. Good, bad, or otherwise, we would like to hear from you. You could also follow us on social media. You can find us at FOP_pod on Instagram and Twitter. You can also find us at From Our Perspective on Facebook. Finally got that whole thing sorted out. So we have an accurate Facebook page now. And you can also find us on YouTube, of course. So go follow us and subscribe to us on those places. Other than that, we release the podcast every Monday, and we will see you next Monday. I've been Trace.
And I've been Sam.
Goodbye.
Toodaloo.